Hey, this is One Piece review 544, and this episode, the Sun Pirates are actually grieving, after Tiger's death. After knowing that he's dead, they try to hold each other together as tightly as possible. Because refusing, to take human blood. So what they did to him, he's like, I ain't gonna accept them for what they've done, and his parents now found the truth that he was actually a slave. That's why he was pushed to such a verge that, he said that he ain't gonna kill no humans because he's gonna show how much you're better than them, and all along, is full of anger, I think all along as a kid actually went through a lot just as Tiger. Probably had lost his family, his mom, and he might have held his bonds against Tiger. And to see him dead might have, made him so angry, probably he might have, thought that violence was all the resort, to get job done, and, he was really breakdown and, emotional, revengeful mode that, even Hashi couldn't stop him. He said he was going to get revenge and he was going to kill those humans, because he says the reason why we're so, merciless is this is what reach us, when we, let humans like them go by. And of course he went in the river, water, ocean, and he go back to the place in which Tiger was, they were, sending out those water and the Marines, and he was, doing some damage, and then Kizaru, Admiral, Lightning, Devil Fruit went straight through him, and, I thought it was, done for a bit, and, Kizaru was like, really cool when he did that. So all along didn't saw it happen. He's like there, you mess with those Marines, you mess with me, and he's like there saying, so you come back, why did you come back? Because most part wouldn't come back. So he asks him, why you come back? He says, I'm here to to kill you guys and to kill those people because you set up Tiger and you kill him somewhere. I'm here to get revenge for what you guys have done. I said, oh, revenge, so they're gonna put him into questioning and asking him questions about what occurred and all those stuff. He might have made up a little things to to cover up the honor of Tiger in which he is, but so Jinbei know that he was captured and all those stuff. He's like in a position that he has to take up responsibility, to keep the pirates together, for even just a little minute, even to be a captain at a point that he has to take control and fight pirates. As you can see, there were pirate ship coming. He had put his pirates in position, because if I'm a pirate and my captain is dead, and there's going to be a lot of things on our shoulders. There ain't going to be just justice on our shoulder. There ain't going to be just Marines on our shoulder. There's going to be other pirates on our shoulder, because we have a big record of having bounties on our head. So there might be a lot of things on our shoulder. If we don't have a strong man in the pack, if we don't have an alpha male, there's going to be a lot of separation, a lot of death. So Jimbo was the only man who suits that job, and he did it. Back 10,000 feet below ocean, there's like Queen Tommy is like there, still looking for signatures, still looking for people to sign them. And I'm like saying, this woman is so deluded and she's so irritating to the point people have to sign them, not knowing they made the biggest mistake they think they made in their life, and they send their kids to withdraw those signature paper. They took them out of the box, and I'm not there, and that's what you get for pushing people to the point, tell them what you believe in they should do, and what you tell people to do, forcefully, they won't have the the meaning of even want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you force your people to do such thing, and they don't have a heart in whether or not they want to do it, they're going to come down to the point when they're really angry at you. For, because as a queen you should set an example. She's setting that example, but as a queen you must know the size of each story. You're telling the people that, oh, what a beautiful world up ahead, above us. Oh, children, do you want to see the world up above us? And do you know what's up above us? And all this stuff. And people are really, as people, you own a grudge against certain things that happen through your life. Even if it didn't happen to you, happen to people, and it might happen to you because it happened to your family, it happened to your people, and there's no difference to what gonna change. And she's like there saying, we can be with the humans, we can work with them, we can be with them, we'll fight against them or amongst them, we will do whatever it means to make agreement with them, so we can live in peace and harmony and stop living in fear and grudgeful and revenge and hatred and all those stuff. And it came a point where she's working so hard day by day, finding as much people to sign a signature, finding much people make this agreement, even making the school and telling the kids how the world is up above. I hope she's telling them how the world is up above, how it's evil as well, because telling them how the world is up above is good. You got to tell them reality and what's going on here, because as you said, the generation here is what's gonna make an effort for the future. And you got to tell them the history and what happened. Because as a queen she might be very emotional in what she's doing, she might be very cooperative in what she's doing, might be very heart touching in what she's doing every day in and day out, but you don't want your emotion to get caught up in what's going on really, because by that happening, she's like they're crying now, and it breaks her heart now, because to make things worse, prove a point, she even rescues some pirates and they end up stealing from them and getting away with it. And most people ain't that good. It's the kind of people take into your life that changes at certain times, and that's a kind of example why people don't want to be with the humans, because they're that kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that kind of people don't mean everybody, but they don't really want to be with humans. They're scared. We know they're scared, but they gotta be a simple way, a way that they ain't being forced to go into something so they can be with the humans. But if they should be with the humans, and for instance one of them was captured and by the Castellag dragon, those people, as high emperor nobles, one of them was captured by them, and they had to go to Archive later and go through the same thing which they people have been through, having to survive it. I don't think that person ever be with the humans knowing what they had gone through, and she know what her people had gone through for the past years, but having to know that she's still pushing herself to make this agreement. And I think she's mainly the woman she is because of her hard will to accomplish something. And she's drunk, emotionally crying, and she's really there, and she's speaking out to them and telling them how you guys feel, and I know you feel, and there's a lot of things out there that is far beautiful in any way imaginable than where we're at. And so mainly she's really at the point where she's giving up, calling them liars, after signing papers she's taking them back. So basically I wish good for her, I really do. She started an annoying queen when I saw her, but I knew what she was trying to do, and we gotta look into what she's trying to do. She's trying to make a difference for the generations that's about to come. Meanwhile, Jinbei, got an offer of 250 million berry, and after having that offer, he's like there, saying that the government wants to, make you be a warrior. They're like saying if you would like to be a warrior, because Kizaru and this other guy, Marine captain, was there saying, this captain was there saying he's brutally strong, he's unbelievably strong, and we can't let him get, we gotta get him away from the sea. We gotta put him in. You know, we gotta lock that guy. He's at large. We gotta get him away because that guy's gonna be big problem first. You know, so they're making that offer. You know, and Jinbei kind of used that offer in the way that we changed the fate for them quite a lot, because use that offer for, you know, basically on the fisherman sides and, you know, and on the pirate side, because, you know, by being that warlord, we would make the violence and everything which going on will stop for the pirates, and they'll be, you know, whatever they have done in the past would, you know, would just be bypassing whatever, you know, they had done and move on to a new beginning for them, and as for well as the queen as well, you know. And by being that pirate, you know, might have made a deal and, you know, let Orang out of impel down, and you know Jinbei, you know, wonder if the choice he made is a good choice, because now Orang wants to get revenge, and he wants to get it by sending his own pirate crew and being his own pirate man, you know. And you know, Orang is like they're saying, have you learned nothing that Tiger taught you? You know what? He didn't die for this reason, for you get revenge. You know, as a big brother, you might see your little brother going down the wrong path and want to take him out of that path, even if it means to whip his ass, you know. And he's so stiff-headed that he ain't listening, so Jinbei beat him and beat him, and you know, he was so fed up that he, you know, wanted to get him out of sight. And there were about 3 separate goods that went 3 separate ways, and you can see that's where he made the biggest mistake of his life, letting Orang round the sea of a grand line, because as you can see in the last part, Nami might say, so that's when my mother was going to die by those people, you know. And he went a separate ways with Hashi and those guys, Marco, all those guys, you know. I didn't think Hashi, you know, was at the point where we made him sides, but he was going with guys that he, you know, profitable with. And you know, I think a lot of them might looked up to Jinbei. All of them might have still looked up to Jinbei this very day, but there's such grudge that he holds against a human that not even a big brother can change it for that. And I really know what that guy went through, and by knowing that what he went through, I'm like looking at him as a different person, but you know, he's like the same person we know him as, but having to know deep down what really happened to him, that he really had it hard. He really had it hard for him to care, for him to have revenge. He really had it hard, you know, for that person in which he lost. And this episode was really good, and my heart really goes out to Tiger as a pirate captain he was, and for Jinbei for really standing up to take the position of Tiger and all that stuff, you know. But this episode was really good. I really liked it a lot.